Greetings viewers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are back on the Mac Tools truck. As you can see, I'm standing in front of it. But today's video we have two brand new die-hard gold batteries. I got them yesterday, put in the truck so the truck will start and run now. Before we had two dead Exide batteries that have been in the truck since 2014. So at least now we can start the truck. I got the AC pulley delete in. Unfortunately, I left it at my mother's house before I came over here, so we cannot delete the seized AC compressor and put the new serpentine belt on I just picked up at Advanced Auto Parts. So we're kind of stuck on that because I want to run back to her house and then run back. It's already like 1 in the afternoon and it gets dark at 5 o'clock, so limits the amount of filming time we have. But the main thing we've got is our brand new genuine AC Delco brake hoses came for the front of the truck. So that's the main thing we're going to be accomplishing in this video, is replacing those brake hoses and bleeding the brake system. Also going to check the rear brakes, or at least try to. I would assume that the brake hoses in the rear are in as bad a shape as the brake hoses in the front, just due to the age of the truck and how long it's sat. The other day, before I closed out the video, I tried to bleed the other caliper on the driver's side that was getting fluid, where this one wasn't getting any. And that's the brake fluid that came out of it. I don't know how well you can see it from here, but it is straight black. It has been sitting for 4 or 5 days now and has not settled out. This is how bad it is. So once we get the old brake lines off, or brake hoses off, we're going to cut them open and see how gummed up, corroded, how stopped up they are, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be really bad. And a friendly reminder to you guys, change your brake fluid. Fluid replacements are not a scam service. I know a lot of Dateline, NBC kind of shows have talked about Jiffy Lubes and quick lube change places that scam people doing transmission fluid replacements and brake fluid replacements and coolant replacements. It's a legitimate service that you need to perform. There are people that do scam you out of money, charging you to do these services and not performing them. But don't ever get the impression that these services are not necessary. You can see right here, it's 100% necessary. Look at all the problems we've had with our braking system just due to the brake fluid not being serviced and it absorbing water and corroding the insides of the braking system. So with that said, let's go ahead and pull the front wheels back off, get under the truck and go ahead and replace the brake hoses, bleed the system, and hopefully have functional brakes. So as was pointed out in the video, I think the second video or the first brake video on this truck, we noted that these lugs are actually 1 inch. They're not the 25 mil. So went ahead and grabbed my Milwaukee 3/4 high torque 1 key gun, because I do have a deep well 1 inch in it, and 1/2 inch drive I've only got a shallow. I got to get with the Mac guy tomorrow when he comes and get a 1 inch 1/2 inch drive deep well. So much torque it wants to spin the entire wheel. Man, I'm not a fan of these big 19.5s. They are a lot more heavy than messing with Subaru wheels and tires, or much less just working with the wheels and tires on my Duramax 1 ton. Alright, so if I recall correctly, this is, if it'll focus, this is the brake hose for this side. It should be our 41 inch or like 40.5 inch long brake hose. It does have new copper seal washers. And let's match it up just to be sure. Yeah, that looks like her. So we'll go ahead and take it loose at the caliper, get under there and take it loose from the frame rail, or where it passes through the frame rail, and get it installed. So guys, I'm not going to be able to show you a ton of this just because of getting under the truck, limited access, getting the camera under there to film, getting that brake hose loose from the brake line inside of the frame rail. But we've got an 11 millimeter bolt, banjo bolt at the caliper that holds the brake hose to the caliper, and then we've got a 14 mil or 9/16 flare nut that holds the brake line into the hose, and I believe the hose outer shouldered nut is a 7/8. So we will get on that. And real quick for you guys, here's a better view, focus, of the brake fluid that came out of this truck. Like I said, that's been sitting perfectly still for a good 4 or 5 days now, and it hasn't settled out. It's just thick and ripe with rust and corrosion and junk suspended in the fluid. So pretty detrimental to the braking system. We'll go ahead and take the banjo bolt loose there. We have a little bit of brake fluid leaking, but not a ton because of all that mess. And slide under there and get the frame rail section loose. All right guys, sorry for the time jump. Had to do some work off camera. Had some issues with the brake hose on this side. The threads were actually a lot longer than the old brake hose. I tried to cut it down and cut too short, so I had to order another brake hose and wait another week for it to come in. Finally got it in, got it on, did not record, just too difficult to get under there and record it and show you guys decent camera angles. Plus it's been very cold, relatively speaking. Remember, I'm in South Carolina and a southern boy, so 30s and 40s are absolute misery to me, especially out working in it. So got the brakes finally, the new hose on, got everything bled front and rear yesterday. Got the tires pumped back up. I had 2 tires that actually debeaded on the back. And I got the air conditioner compressor delete done off camera as well. It was late one afternoon I decided to do it. It was very cold that day. I've got a few clips using the M12 right angle. I'll put that in right now. So as you see, it did well for me on getting those bolts out for the AC compressor. Got it out of the way and put that delete pulley on there. Before you ask, I'm not deleting the air conditioning because I don't want air conditioning. I'm deleting the air conditioning because it's winter time right now. The AC deletes $30 and that C's compressor is about $400. And I don't want to spend $400 on a compressor right now. We'll fix it in the spring. This is just a temporary thing to get the truck roadworthy so I can start driving it and get more stuff done to it because that compressor had C's and it was tearing up the belt, installing the engine out. So that's why I put a delete on it rather than fixing it with a new compressor and recharging the system. I'll pop the hood real quick and show you. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm recording with my headset on my phone. I'm not on my on my regular setup with my Canon camera, so hopefully you can hear me over the sound of this very loud 6.5 Detroit that is idling cold, so it's even louder because I just started it up a few minutes ago. So there is the AC pulley, the delete pulley. Got the wiring harness tucked back and the lines tucked back. We'll deal with that, like I said, in spring. Still got quite a bit of work to do. We got a thermostat to replace, coolant to replace, got to replace all of our fluids, change the engine oil filter, fluid trans filter, rear diff gear oil, power steering fluid. Already flushed the brake fluid, so we're already a step ahead on that. And then the engine oil cooler, which I think is this. One of these is engine oil cooler, one of these is transmission cooler. I think that's the engine oil cooler. The line for it is leaking. I'm gonna have to take that off, get a new hydraulic line built for that. I just noticed that it's leaking onto the exhaust. But other than that, the engine is pretty dry. There's not a ton of leakage going on. The transmission has an output shaft leak near the parking brake drum, so we'll have to address that. But not a ton of stuff I'm seeing. I got the new batteries, brand new die-hard batteries, got the cover back on there. Cleaned up my Mac floor mat just for the nostalgia factor. Cleaned the dashboard up a little bit, got my new plate. It's already tagged, insured, registered, ready to go. Road legal for South Carolina. In here, I found that the map sensor, the bracket it was mounted on is broken off and it's just sitting. The map sensor currently is not hooked to the engine. The nipple for the vacuum line that goes to the intake manifold vacuum source, I'm not sure where that goes. Gotta do some Googling and figure out what vacuum port that goes to on the intake, but that is currently not hooked up and just sitting. But it's running fine, so apparently the map sensor doesn't do a lot on a 6.5 Detroit diesel. So I've had it running for about 5 minutes now. Seems the fuel gauge is still wonky. It was reading correctly there for a while. Looks like it's going to need a new float. We have very good oil pressure. Temperature is not overheated yesterday. I had it running for about an hour and a half. Let it run and drove around the farm a little bit to check the brakes and check that they were going to work correctly. Alternator's putting out as it should be. Speedometer seems to work correctly. Our parking brake light's working. Everything seems to work pretty well. I got the battery cover on over here over the supplemental batteries. I've got to address that because we have no shore power once the engine's off. But our lights are working here. It's not wanting to focus really well. So we'll go into the back, pull the cover back. So I've got the new to me used tires. I need to go and have those mounted and balanced. The simulators are back here. I had to take them off to address that issue. Got some trash here from parts. Need to throw that away. There's our AC compressor with the locked up pulley. That's fit for the scrap metal bin. Other than that, jack stands in here. Most of the lights work. I don't know if that's a burnt bulb or a ballast. This one is off the wall. None of that really matters. I'm not keeping the fluorescent tube lighting. We're going to upgrade all this to LED. Probably going to replace the pegboard sections over here because they're so beat up. Otherwise, just going to paint the pegboard. Replace all the carpet here for the interior. Maybe build a set of shelves, upper shelves here. Got to figure out the situation with the interior wiring. Obviously, something is missing here. I don't know if this is the internal battery charger or a power inverter to turn the 12 volts to 120 volts. I have not checked that outlet to see if it's got power. I have not hooked a drop cord to the side of the truck to see if the batteries charge as it should. So we've got some wiring issues to go over. I did notice in our last rain that this sunroof is leaking a bit, so we need to address that. Gonna address the floors, again, the carpet. The biggest thing is the hydraulic lift gate. It's not articulating, but I'm thinking that the supplemental batteries beside the driver's seat, I think that's what actually powers that, and that's what the issue is. I was told that one of these switches on the dash had to be flipped to power the lift gate or send power back there. This illuminates. I'm not sure if this is power to the lift gate or if it's for the supplemental propane heater. There's also a switch here. There's also a switch here. Not sure what they do, so I'm going to dig in the wiring to see what does what. But otherwise, truck is pretty good, ready to go. We could probably drive it to the tire shop. It's only about 2 miles, and I can take back roads. And I'm going to go slow because of these old rotten tires, because I do not want to have an accident or have a blowout on the way. But you know, it's coming along. So sorry for the shorter video. Sorry for cutting the video and not showing you all the work, and you know, ending the video out on my cell phone. But just to get the video out, another video in this tool truck rebuild, tool truck restoration. This is what I had to do. I've been busy, haven't had time to really film, plus the cold. It's just been miserable being outside trying to film. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next.